Okay, all right, let's get into it. I'm reading this book called The Prophets, and I wanted to go over this section that I'm reading. I've read this book a few times, and it's absolutely fantastic. I would probably have to put it in my top five. My top five books are probably The Alchemist, 12 Rules for Life, The Road Less Traveled, The Prophets, and that last one is probably forever alternating. But this book is absolutely phenomenal, and I really recommend it to anyone, but you really need to be still while you read this book. It's very deep, it's very dense, and there's so much value in every line. When he was writing the book, he was like traveling for 4 years, constantly revising the book so that every line had substance and every line had value, and I think that's just beautiful. But okay, I'm going to read about like 2 pages, and then I'm gonna kind of go over what it says. So right here it says, to give you backstory on what's happening in the prophets. Basically, there's a prophet in this town, and he's about to leave town, and before he goes, the people of the town are asking him questions, just kind of like, okay, well, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? So I swallowed a piece of ice, so I didn't want to do that. Okay, so going into this, it says, page 31, then a mason came forth and said, speak to us of houses. And he answered and said, build of your imaginings and this is kind of hard to read, so, excuse me if I mess up. Build of your imaginings a bower in the wilderness ere you build a house within the city walls. For even as you have homecomings in your twilight, so has the wanderer in you, the ever distant and alone. Okay. Deep, dense. Who knows what that means? But this is where, it starts to get understandable, I guess. It says, your house is your larger body. It grows in the sun and sleeps in the stillness of the night, and it is not dreamless. Does not your house dream, and dreaming leave the city for grove or hilltop? Would that I could gather your houses into my hand, and like a sower scatter them in the forest and meadow. Would the valleys be your streets, and the green paths your alleys, that you might seek one another through vineyards, and come with the fragrance of the earth in your garments? But these things are not yet to be. And I think what he's saying right here is we live so tight together and close together that he wishes that he would spread our houses, among the valleys, and so that we had to walk through the beauty of the earth and the land in order to reach one another. And I think that's, just beautiful. But this is where it gets really good. It says, in their fear your forefathers gathered you too near together, and that fear shall endure a little longer. A little longer shall your city walls separate your hearts from your fields. And tell me, people, what have you in these houses, and what is it you guard with fastened doors? Have you peace, the quiet urge that reveals your power? Have you remembrances, the glimmering arches that span the summits of the mind? Have you beauty that leads the heart from things fashioned of wood and stone to the holy mountain? Tell me, have you these in your houses? Or have you only comfort and the lust for comfort, that stealthy thing that enters the house of a guest and then becomes a host and then a master? And it becomes a tamer, and with hook and scourge makes puppets of your larger desires. Though its hands are silken, its heart is of iron, it lulls you to sleep only to stand by your bed and jeer at the dignity of flesh. It makes mock of your sound senses and lays them in thistledown like fragile vessels. Verily, the lust for comfort murders the passions of the soul, and then walks grinning in the funeral. Okay, I just need to stop. I need to go over this section because I think this is so important. Tell me, people, what do you have in these houses? Why do you value these houses so much? Why are you always at home? Do you have peace in your house, the quiet urge that reveals your power? Do you have that stillness, that quiet confidence that makes it to where you have good days, present days aligned with God or your spirit or the universe, to where your power can echo throughout the world? Do you have remembrances, the glimmering arches that span the summits of the mind? Do Do you have things that remind you of the beauty of the world and existence? Have you beauty that leads the heart from things fashioned of wood and stone to the holy mountain? It's kind of what I just said. Or do you only have comfort? The lust for comfort, that stealthy thing that enters the house of a guest, then becomes a host, then a master. You know, I've started this company collective, and the primary thing with any physical training or any diets or any discipline or anything like that is to get uncomfortable. And the reason you want to be uncomfortable is because it makes your life better. And this sounds so strange. And you know, many people do not do this. And it kind of drives me insane. But they'll figure it out, hopefully, right? And what this says, the reason this is because comfort, as it says right here, comfort becomes a tamer, and with hook and scourge makes puppets of your larger desires. Think about your goals. Think about whatever it is you want in your life. Is it comfort that is going to get you there? Yet what do you spend the majority of your time doing? You probably spend the majority of your time in comfort, right? I probably do also. Well, that doesn't matter. But what does matter is knowing that when you're getting uncomfortable is when you are reaching for your highest desires. It says again, the lust of comfort murders the passions of the soul and then walks grinning to the funeral. Comfort is the thing that kills your desires, kills your goals, kills your vision for your life, and then walks grinning to the funeral, the death of your soul. And you know, there's this phrase in the Bible, you know, or this idea with Christianity that is like, don't sell your soul for the world. You know, don't give up your dreams and desires for money. You know, there's that passage where the devil took Jesus, or came to Jesus while he was fasting, and you know, basically said, hey, if you just give up your belief in God, then I'll give you everything. And, you know, what is everything? It's comfort. I can give you all the money you would ever need. Well, then you wouldn't need to work. So you're comfortable. I would give you all the pillows. I would give you the safest or the most comfortable bed, the safest house, the most beautiful spouse. I would give you everything that you would need so that you would not need to put forth any effort. I would give you comfort. That is what the devil offers, essentially, to Jesus. And, you know, I look at, you know, the world nowadays, and especially since COVID and stuff, and it seems like comfort has taken over everyone's life. It seems like the devil is winning because everyone is comfortable. If you look at, like, you know, just how people are living and the amount of Netflix consumed, the amount of fast food, the amount of time spent on doing things that, you know, are bad for you as opposed to things that are good for you. And which one do you think wins? I think you know. And if you look at your own life, you know, think about your own life. Think about goals and desires that you have. Just think of one. One of my goals is to grow my company, Collective. I would like to have, you know, 100 members by the end of summer. But I'm doing something very difficult. I'm trying to get people to voluntarily join a community of being uncomfortable. But with that being uncomfortable, you unlock the keys and the greatness in your life. And everything around you in your life is going to tell you to be comfortable. Your friends are going to tell you that you're working out too much. Your friends aren't going to go work out with you. They're going to say, hey, let's get shitty food instead of good food. They're going to say, hey, let's go drink tonight instead of going to bed to wake up tomorrow to have another good day. You're going to have influences and constant reminders in your life that are going to push you away from having a good life. They are going to murder the desires of your soul. That seems to be what the world is trying to do. That is what not necessarily all social media, but social media as a primary basis, the media in general, TV, entertainment, all of these things are pushing comfort. But Collective is not. And, you know, this video is not just a ask for you to join collective, although it always will be, because I would love to help, and I would love for you to have the greatest life possible. But primarily what this video is just, I want you to become aware, and a reminder for me to become aware that life is constantly pushing comfort, but it is in the uncomfortable situations of life that you tap into your own greatness. It is when you realize your desires and create the reality that you're looking to build. And so, you know, I'm not even going to finish these pages. I'm just going to leave it at that. If you want to create the life of your dreams, if you want to be, you know, the man or woman that you always desired, you need to get uncomfortable. And you need to open the desires of your soul. Let me finish this. But you, children of space, you restless in rest, you shall not be trapped nor tamed. Your house shall not be an anchor, but a mast. It shall not be a glistening film that covers a womb, but an eyelid that guards the eye. You shall not fold your wings that you may pass through doors, nor bend your heads that they strike not against a ceiling, nor fear to breathe lest walls should crack and fall down. You shall not dwell in tombs made by the dead for the living. And though of magnificence and splendor your house shall not hold your secret nor shelter your longing, for that which is boundless in you abides in the mansion of the sky, whose doors the morning mist, and whose windows are the songs and the silences of night. If you want to realize your true dreams, if you want to create a good life, don't stay in your home, don't stay in comfort. Work towards your desires, get uncomfortable, work hard, dream, you know, have fear, but overcome them with confidence, push through uncomfortable, and, you know, tap into awesome. Luckily I'm surrounded in people in my life, thanks to, you know, the decisions that I've made. I'm surrounded by people that are trying to be awesome, that are trying to be great. I had a group workout this morning with people in collective at 7 a.m. and it was fantastic. You know, not everyone was happy to be there at the beginning. No, because it was uncomfortable. But by the end, everyone felt better and everyone was glad that they came. So I just wanted to share these things. I hope you have a fantastic day. And, you know, if you're interested in joining Collective, I'll put a link below in the description. I would really love to have you. And I'm working on some really cool things that I think will benefit people's lives. So thank you, friends. Have a good day. And that peace, that quiet urge that reveals your power, search for that today. Search for peace, search for stillness, be quiet. You know, after this video, turn off your phone or laptop and just find peace. Yeah? Bye.